Mr. 50 Cent Jackson and any investments that he's making in this city. My comments were really about publicly owned property that is controlled by the city.
Good Friday evening to you. Welcome to KTBS 3 News at 9. I'm Brenda Teal.
And I'm Alex Anderson. We thank you for joining us. Up top this evening, Senator Sam Jenkins making his position clear on Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's footprint in Shreveport.
That's right. Jackson has purchased multiple properties in downtown Shreveport and is now among the largest, if not the largest, property owner in the area.
Jackson's real estate ventures have caught the attention of State Senator Sam Jenkins, who has concerns about publicly owned properties which are controlled by the city. Jenkins hopes the city does not over-obligate city-owned assets.
And 50 reacted on social media to a Jenkins quote in the Shreveport Post-Advocate that Shreveport should pump the brakes. But that's not the full story. Madison Edwards joins us now with more. Madison?
Brenda, Jenkins says he is not against Jackson's investments in the city. He is concerned with future development since the number of publicly owned city assets is limited, especially around the downtown area.
Express some concern about publicly owned property. I think I'm within my right to talk about it.
50 Cent posted on Instagram Thursday saying Sam Jenkins must not want to turn things around in Shreveport and is waiting for an imaginary deal to come. Jenkins says he is suggesting Shreveport city leaders use caution selling or leasing city-owned property to G-Unit Productions in order to help facilitate future projects downtown.
My caution was that, okay, you do have other projects here, and it's not state-owned property, it's city-owned property, and we're going to need to have some assets to get behind some of these projects.
Jackson purchased 10 privately owned downtown buildings on Texas, Spring, and Commerce Streets, paying $3.7 million in cash. 3 were purchased earlier this week. Jenkins says he's not concerned with private sales, but is worried the city might back itself into a corner by selling city-owned property. He sent a letter in October to Mayor Tom Arsenault detailing his concerns.
We have a number of projects that are on the books. Amtrak, the I-20 Economic Development District, the Shreveport Healthcare Corridor, Cross Bayou Point Development, and the Red River Entertainment District.
Some Shreveport City Council members responded to Jenkins' statement. Council Chairman Alan Jackson said the council consistently does its due diligence to ensure any decisions we make are in the best interest of the city and its residents. Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor adding, we invite all investors and community stakeholders to bring their proposals and dollars to the table to support all areas of Shreveport, not just downtown. The council members adding it must act decisively when faced with opportunities for significant economic growth. Jenkins says it's not a matter of lack of trust in city leadership.
I trust the mayor, I trust the council to be able to make good decisions about all of that, but I do think we need to see plans, and we need to try to make all of these other projects work together.
Jenkins says he wants to help Jackson succeed in Shreveport. Jenkins championed keeping the film tax credits in the state budget during the most recent legislative session. He's asking Jackson to stop the rhetoric and show concrete plans for the development of the Red River Entertainment District. He says he wants to sit down and talk to Jackson about his vision for Shreveport so they can work together to better Shreveport's economic future. Brenda, back to you.
Yeah, listening to this report, Madison, it sounds like Jackson and Jenkins want the same thing. They want the best for Shreveport, but maybe there's just a miscommunication right now?
It seems that things are lost in translation right now, especially since Jenkins is talking about public property and Jackson did buy private property. But right now, the future of the economic development in Shreveport is on their minds.
All right. Thank you, Madison.
What is going on, y'all? It's Coffee tapping back in, man. And check it out. I don't know all that about politics and everything, right? As you see the state senator, what's his name? Sam Jenkins getting in the mix, right? But this is all just seeming a bit fishy to me. For those that are up on this kind of stuff or this particular situation, hit the comments, share your thoughts. But 50 Cent went down to Shreveport buying up property. You see, he just bought a few more buildings for $3.7 million. He had the big festival there, brought all kinds of top list comedians, celebrities, and everything like that. We saw Shreveport rapper Hurricane Chris making a goofy out of himself, if you ask me, man. You know, it seems like he just was salty he wasn't involved in the mix. And knowing 50 Cent, or I mean, no one really likes to be talked ish to, right? But we particularly know 50 Cent plays no games. And this situation kind of seems something like that. You know, the way Hurricane Chris got himself X'd out. I wonder if something's going on with the good senator here, Sam Jenkins, right? Because it's not really adding up to me. He's, like the news individuals were saying, he's complaining about city properties and 50 Cent's buying up private property. And I just don't understand, really. You know, it seems like he's just trying to find something to make a ruckus about, you know, if you will, and engage 50 Cent in some conversation as he's trying to urge Shreveport to fall back on messing with 50 Cent. And this is like the second time I've seen some stuff like this going down. And that's really what I wonder if this is, man, if this good senator is mad or worried that he's not going to get his pockets lined properly. You know, Fifth has a good relationship with the mayor. Everyone else seems to be loving what 50 Cent's doing. And then a little while back, it seemed like the first possible situation that could stagnate 50 Cent's process.
Super 50 Cent is weighing in on the proposal to eliminate Louisiana's $150 million film tax credit. The musician recently purchased Millennium Studios to start making films, so obviously his business would take a hit if this bill becomes law. He took to social media to acknowledge the debate, saying it doesn't feel good, but it would be great for Louisiana. He also thanked Shreveport for its support and asked for patience as the process plays out. State lawmakers in the House voted to eliminate the film tax credit earlier this week. The bill now heads to the Senate.
Went down when this big tax credit, $150 million tax credit for films, was getting gadded off. They were getting rid of it. And this is something that Florida's done. I think Georgia was doing it. You know, you'll often see at the end of credits of certain shows stuff about whatever area it is, and, you know, film here, there's tax incentives and such. And there was a show on Netflix that got shortened into only 3 seasons when it was really supposed to have 5, because going into season 3, Florida got rid of the tax credits. It was the show Bloodline. Comment if you watched it. If you did and you weren't up on it, that's why season 3 was a jumbled mess. That was really supposed to be 3, 4, and 5. And then it's like right as 50 Cent's going there, buying stuff up, sharing the blueprint with everyone, right? That he's modeling his studios after Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's been mentoring him a bit, sharing game with him. We hear it's going up for a vote and they're getting rid of it. And Fifth was like, hey, thanks everyone. Like, it was fun while it lasted. Like, damn, man, that's how they're going to do Fifth right in the midst of him setting up his new film and TV empire. They're going to get rid of the tax incentive, which is directly there, which I didn't know. Did you guys know that Louisiana was the first state to ever have the tax incentive situation? They called it Hollywood South. I'm like, really? So check it out. It ended up going up to a vote. And it seems that it's staying, right? Because I believe this had to go on for signature from, was it the governor? Or I don't know. Again, I'm not the most political individual. I get the idea, the way things work. But nonetheless, this seems that it is indeed staying. They just lowered it from 150 to 125 or 120 or something. And that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if the senator, you know, hey, stop the rhetoric, 50 Cent. Stop all the racket. Show me your real plan. Show me what you're really about. You know, he's complaining about private properties, or I'm sorry, public city properties, when Fifth is buying public properties. Again, it don't make sense. It seems like he's just trying to insert himself in the situation. And I just feel like this dude is worried he's going to get left out. You know what I mean? He's talking about he trusts the mayor, he trusts the council, he trusts everyone, but he's just worried about what 50 Cent's doing. And I'm thinking he's pocket watching and he needs his percent, you know? Like, how are you going to come down here and not break me off properly? And the news caught up with him, another news platform, to talk more specifically with him about the 50 Cent situation.
Interest in Shreveport property, as we've been following for the last week or so. KSLA's Miracle Garrett is in the studio tonight. She has a reaction to 50 Cent's interest from a Louisiana state senator from Shreveport. Miracle?
Today, I reached out to Louisiana State Senator Sam Jenkins and got a response about his concerns over 50 Cent's interest in Shreveport properties.
At any point, when the racket can stop and we can talk business, I'm here. I don't plan to go anywhere.
An article posted on the Baton Rouge website, The Advocate, this week said Louisiana State Senator Sam Jenkins has some concerns about 50 Cent buying or leasing too much of the city's properties.
I met with Mayor Arsenault back in October, and I have a letter here that talks about a number of different projects that are actually on the books that are going to need some assistance from the city, and maybe in many respects need some of the assets that may be available. I don't think when you're talking about your future that there's anything imaginary about it. As I stated, we have other projects that are on the books. These are not imaginary.
One of the projects listed is the Red River Entertainment District and how it can develop as a point of interest for commerce, historical significance, and cultural experience. Senator Jenkins says he wants a professional group with a development plan.
And if Mr. 50 Cent Jackson has a plan and has the finances and has the skill set to implement that, I'm open to listen to it. As I said, this is not a personal issue with me. It's about business.
Senator Jenkins says he does not want anyone to think that he is standing in the way of progress in Shreveport.
When I'm talking about city assets, I'm talking about publicly owned, city-controlled assets. Now, I'm hearing all the racket out there about these investments with buildings and restaurants and things of that nature. I'm not against any of that. I think that's a good thing to do. I'm talking about publicly owned assets.
Shreveport City Council members responded to the statement from State Senator Jenkins. Council Chairman Alan Jackson said, "The council consistently does its due diligence to ensure that any decisions we make are in the best interest of the city and its residents." Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor added, "I stand in full support of the plans for G-Unit Productions." Jenkins says he doesn't want the city of Shreveport and city council members to receive backlash in this process.
My concerns, which I stand by, is simply that let's make sure that all of these projects are getting some attention from the city. And I trust the mayor and the city council to make the best decisions along those lines. I don't question their wisdom in trying to do it. And I hope that they would not question me as a state senator for expressing my concerns.
You can find the full statement from the Shreveport City Council on our KSLA News 12.
All right, so you heard him that time, right? He's talking about he has the skill set, the business acumen, the finances, you know what I mean? And he's talking about city assets once again, which I'm maybe it's going over my head. I just don't get how that includes what Fifth is doing. You know what I mean? Like, this is when they get with him and say, what's the deal with this 50 Cent situation? You know, he's posting about you on Instagram. He's saying you don't have faith in him. And again, I'm thinking this all comes down to dollar signs and the good senator just needing to get his. As I've been saying, I feel like that little bit of a more extended interview just proves it even more. You know what I'm saying? Like what 50 Cent is doing, everyone right there in Shreveport that I've seen loves it. You know, it's going to bring a lot of jobs there and just stimulate the economy and everything, you know, and he's already shared that he's down to revitalize, what is it, like the downtown area or whatever that area is called. And I don't know, the senator just not happy. And again, I'm not the most political guy, but comment and let me know if you agree that just seems to be nothing more than this guy needing his, man. I find it kind of funny. It seems like the talking points that he came up with don't really add up to me. And, you know, listen, a lot of people at the end of the day, they just want theirs. They got to get their piece, right? It's the US of A. Remember in the part that he said, if you can't make money, then you're a douchebag. Make more money. The one guy they were shaking down. Everyone's got their hands in someone else's pocket. You know, everyone's paying up the ladder like the damn mafia. And I don't know. You know, I wonder what the deal is with that whole film and TV tax incentive thing going up for vote right at the moment that 50 Cent is in the midst of all this and it almost getting deaded off, but then they keep it. You know, like there's clearly something going on here. And I wonder if Fifth has already got someone he's messing with who isn't the senator, you know, who the senator's more or less trying to say without saying, hey, that ain't how things are done down here, you know? A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in, like Frank White in American Gangster. This dude is trying to flex via the media, I think, and let it be known like he's the big homie. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think. If you guys think I'm tripping, I'm got it all flip-flopped and wrong. I dug in and did a little research, and I mean, it just don't really add up what dude is saying about the city properties and pumping the brakes on 50 Cent in the G-Unit situation. You know why? Because he ain't get his. So what will the future hold? Will Fifth have to, you know, break him off something? Or does he got a trick up his sleeve? He's got someone else on his team with some serious pull, or what is it? We'll have to wait and stay tuned for updates. Subscribe, y'all. I'm up out of here.